friend of mine, and I would like to thank you for letting us honor him. A year ago it was difficult, and this year we can do it. So I want to tell a story that speaks to Sam's persistence and his kindness. So in 2009, my mother was bedridden, and I was her full-time caregiver. And Sam and I decided that we were going to do the Door County ride, which was a week-long ride that EBC shared with the Joliet Bike Club. And so Sam said he would drive. And I said, Sam, I live in Oak Lawn. That's a long way in the opposite direction from where we're going. Oh, no, I'm going to drive. And once Sam decided he was going to do something, that was it, right? So Sam came to pick me up, and he said, I want to meet your mother. And I said, oh, Sam. And he said, no, I want to meet your mother. So he came in. He had the kindest conversation with my mother. And my mother, who was bedridden, was all smiles. So we went up to Door County, had a wonderful week of riding, and it was time to come back. And it was the day we were supposed to drive back. And Sam says, I want to hike. I want to hike that island out there off of Washington Island. I said, okay, but you have to drive home. He said, that's okay. I said, all right, I'll hike with you. So we drive all the way to the tip. We then take a ferry with the car over to Washington Island. We drive to the end of Washington Island. We catch another ferry over to Block Island where you can only walk, right? And we walk the perimeter of Block Island. And we stop at the beach and we swim, and we go up and we tour the lighthouse, and we get there and the skies open and it pours. So now we're drenched, and we catch this open air ferry back to Washington Island, do the whole thing in reverse and drive home. So we get home that evening, and now it's late evening, and he's come all the way to Oak Lawn, and he says, I'm going to come in and say goodbye to your mother. And I said, Sam, you're exhausted. We just did all of this today. We're tired, and you're going to come back? And he said, yes, I have to say goodbye to your mother. And I said, come on in. So he comes in, and my mother and Sam had the best conversation, and she was all smiles, and Sam drove home, the kindest man I ever met.